Lewis, check this out. So you said you're Puerto Rican. Give me Isaiah 1 and verse 3. So what we out here to show, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans went through this. It didn't just happen to black people. A lot of people think slavery just happened to black. And I ain't even gonna lie to you, Lewis. If I see you on the streets and you didn't speak to me, I would have thought you was black, bro. Why? Because we look just alike. You know why? Because we literally are the same people. But it's the #1 tactic in war, to conquer and divide. These people did this to us. They conquered us and divided us. They put light skin versus dark skin, tall versus short, fat versus skinny, and now we look at each other and we go to war. I drove up the street and see all this gang banging stuff and I asked, what is gang banging? How was it fruitful to our people, bro? Watch this, Isaiah 1 and verse 3, because how old are you, Louis? 40 years old. Let me show you a prophecy. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The earth knows its own.
So guys, the Bible is a history book written by your ancestors. You became Puerto Rican in slavery, but before you were Puerto Rican, you were called the children of Israel, a fruitful bone, from a man named Israel. So read it again.
The earth knows its own.
So God said the ox is a bull. It knows its owner though. Read.
And the ass his master's crib.
A donkey knows its home.
But Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
When you look on this sign, Israel is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Watch what he say about us.
Does not know.
Israel don't know who they are. We don't know our homeland. We don't know who our God is. We lost all over the place. Excuse me, come on this side. A lot of us believe that this is our God. Not even realizing the Bible say Jesus got hair like what you got on your beard, like what you got on your head. It has skin as if it was burned in the furnace. So the Bible prophesied that we wouldn't know who we are in these last days. Give me Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. Because the Bible prophesied we'd be discontinued from our heritage. We was disconnected from our truth. Why? Because we went into slavery. Slavery didn't just happen to black people. They idolized and worshiped Christopher Columbus. They slaughtered your people by the millions. They slaughtered so-called Hispanic by the millions. When you walk up and down the street, you walking on the blood and bones of your ancestors. And then they put us in these little neighborhoods and barrios and tell us to be grateful and happy with what we got. When this whole continent belongs to your people. What do you think about that, knowing that the slaughter that happened to your people? Women, grandmothers, tias, abuelitas was slaughtered, killed. Why? So they could take this land from your people. And now we serve them for pennies. Watch this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself.
So God told Jeremiah, you, yourself, and your people
shall discontinue from thy heritage.
You know what it means to be discontinue something? It means cut it off. So God says you will no longer be a child of Ephraim. You will be called a Puerto Rican or called brown. Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between a Latino and Hispanic? It ain't no difference, but they call you 3 or 4 different things, right? Showing you the confusion in it. It's all lies. The greatest information is that you're a child of God. Hey, my brother right here with the hat. Do you see me as your brother? Do you see him as your brother? We family, familia. Watch this, read.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage.
So we got cut off from our heritage. Our heritage was wearing fringes, keeping the Sabbath holy. We got rid of our own heritage and took on their heritage. You know what the white man heritage is? Gang banging, murder, slaughter. That's not of our people. We move in self-defense. We don't go out looking for people to kill. That ain't what we do. But these nations went out and they slaughtered us by the millions. Read.
That I gave thee.
God gave us a heritage. He gave us customs. You don't even realize that beard that you're wearing, that's a custom that's given to your people. Our people. Read.
And I will cause thee to serve.
He would say I would do what?
I will cause thee to serve thy enemy.
To serve who?
Thy enemy.
Whether you believe it or not, the so-called white man, Chinese man, Arab man, they are our what?
Enemy.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. God calls them our enemies. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were once a great nation on this earth. Give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Hey, do you read the Bible at all? A little bit? So when you read the Bible, it's just a history book. They like to make it into a fairy tale, mythological. It's the truest book on this earth. Watch what it says. Read.
But it shall come to pass.
So who is God speaking to? Go to verse 1. So God says something is going to come to pass. A lot of people think that this book belongs to everybody. That's a lie. That's a lie. It don't belong to everybody. Because let me ask you a question. Majority of your family, are they Catholic? No. What, are they Christian? You know why? Because we were forced into Christianity or we died at the stake. We died at the stake. Hey, give me hey, one of y'all give me destruction of the Indies. Come on, destruction of the Indies. Let's go, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
You heard what that said, Lewis? Watch this. Read it again.
These be the words.
So God says this book of this Bible is the words, what?
Which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Because we were the people that Moses brought out of Egypt. The same way that our people built up America, our forefathers built those pyramids in Egypt. That's why if you go to South America, you know what you can find? Pyramids. Why are you able to find pyramids in South America? Because that's knowledge that we learned over in Egypt. Our forefathers learned. Read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So God speaking to the Israelites, he says something shall come to pass, meaning happen in the future.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God says something is going to happen in the future if you don't listen to God. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
And to do his commandments, meaning what? You got kids? How old is your oldest? 18 years old. So you got an 18-year-old. Say you tell your 18-year-old, I want this house cleaned by 8 o'clock. And that 18-year-old son tell you, F you, Dad, I ain't doing ish. What happens? Discipline, right? This was a discipline from the God of heaven and earth. Our forefather. Our father got upset with us because we said, I ain't keeping the Sabbath holy. I'm going to go out here and steal, I'm going to kill, and I'm going to destroy my own people. So our father got upset with us, and watch what he did.
To do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day.
So because we didn't listen to our father,
that all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
God says, because you don't listen to me, I'm going to curse you as a people. Hey, my brothers, pull over and build with us. Watch this, Lewis. Check this out.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said, because we don't listen, Lewis, as the people, he said, we're going to be cursed. Watch these curses. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So God says we're going to be, come build with me, family. So God says we're going to be cursed in the city.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Hey, what's your name, bro? Come build with me. So Lewis, check this out. You see him as your brother, right? You see me as your brother? Family, right? So God said you from the tribe of Ephraim. So he's from the tribe of Ephraim. This is your brother, family. But we don't know this because why? These people that enslaved us taught us lies. They lied to us and called us what? Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Colombians, Cubans. Those is all lies. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So God says because we don't listen to our father, we're going to be cursed in the city. Check this out. What's your name, bro? Nestor. So check this out. This is my brother Lewis. I'm Joe. So God says we're going to be cursed in the city. Be 100% honest. Don't lie. Name a city in America that you can go to that you won't find blacks, Hispanics, and poverty. Every city you go to in America, in the world, you're going to find our people in the barrios, the projects, low-income houses, living in poverty, right? Why is that happening? Because God says we'll be what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
We the only people marching up and down the street. No justice, no peace. How many times have you seen a Chinese people marching up and down the street talk about no justice, no peace? How many times, Louis? You never see it, but you always see who? Blacks and Hispanics marching up and down the street trying to get justice. But Louis, let me ask you a question. Why are you seeking justice in a land that belongs to you? This land belongs to the so-called Hispanics. Why are you asking for justice in your land? That's like me going into my house and asking my neighbor, hey, can I have water out my refrigerator? Don't that sound a little crazy? I got to go ask my neighbor, is it okay if I get water out of my own refrigerator? Why are you asking for permission to do anything in your own land? Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Hey, make sure you check that flyer out, Lord. It's very important. So God says we be cursed where?
In the city.
We be cursed in the city. Hey, Nestor, Okay, give me Luke 12:47. So, Nestor, this is all we're trying to do. Continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Watch this, read.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will.
So the reason why we out here telling our people that know and understand it too, what's your name? Who? Noel. Give me Psalms 111 and verse 10. This your wife right here? Okay, so check this out, Noel. What's your nationality? Puerto Rican. A lot of Puerto Ricans, so-called Puerto Ricans are right here. You as well? Okay, so check this out. You see that sign over there? Right over here. Solomon, get ready to come back up. Right over here. Where do you see yourself on that sign?
Oh, this is the question I had to ask you. Like, if I'm Puerto Rican, what tribe do I come from?
You come from the tribe of Ephraim. Give me that in Genesis chapter 49 about Ephraim. So the thing is a lot of our people don't know that because of this right here, slavery. A lot of people think slavery just happened to black people. Hey, what you say your name was again? Noel, right? Did you know that slavery happened to the so-called Hispanics before it happened to the blacks? Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, they came over here and slaughtered your people by the millions in 1492. We came over here in 1619, but we all went under the curses together. You know why? Because we brothers. We brothers. We suffered together. Read. Verse 14, verse 22. So check this out. Hey, Noel, so when you read the Bible, Joseph is who you come from. That's our forefathers. Read. Watch this.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 22.
Start verse 1.
Verse 1. And Jacob called unto his son.
So you know who Jacob is? I'm going to show you. So you had a man that was chosen by God. This is all real. The blood that's inside of y'all is the same blood that ran through Adam's veins. When you go all the way back to the book of Genesis, the lineage that y'all carry is great. That's why when you look at sports, who always the strongest? Who always the fastest? Blacks and Hispanics. They always pitting us against each other. When you look at boxing, who always going against each other? Blacks and Hispanics. Why? Because we are the strongest, we the fastest, we the smartest. But the thing is, we don't see it in each other. That's why it's so easy for us to spray paint and tag the streets and to gun each other down in the streets, because we don't see Christ in each other. We don't see them. When I see Noel, I should see my brother. I should see a son. I should see a father. I should see a cousin. I should see an uncle. That's family. That's family. But the thing is we don't see that. We see niggas. We see spics. We see wetbacks. We see all this BS that don't belong to us. When you read the Bible, Noel, God called you a God on earth. You were made to be a God, a ruler of the earth. But why are you not right now? Because we failed. Watch this. Read.
And God called Jacob to his son.
So Jacob is the son of Abraham, Isaac, and then you had Jacob. You had a man named Abraham that was chosen by God. He had a son named Isaac. Isaac had a son named Jacob. His name was changed to Israel. He had 12 sons. When you look on that sign, the so-called Haitians, Jamaicans, Colombians, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, those are the children that Jacob had. Those children today are called those names because of slavery. My sister right here. What's your name, sis? Jachita. Hey, sister, don't leave, sis. Come back.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, that's fine. So Noel, the thing I was trying to show is that's our people right there. We are literally the same people. Like that hair you got, my son got hair just like it, bro. It's that nappy woolly texture hair that Christ got. Jesus Christ, the greatest man that ever walked the earth. You look like him. But they not teaching you this. They teaching us this lie right here. This lie caused our people to be slaughtered by the millions. Watch this.
And said, gather yourselves together.
So what happened in the past is Jacob was on his deathbed. He said, bring my sons to me. You with me, Noel? We read the history. So Jacob, our forefather, said, bring my sons to me. Read.
That I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last day.
He said, I'm going to tell you something that's going to happen to you in the last days. Meaning what? A prophecy. That's what separates this book from the Quran. The prophecies in it. The Quran ain't real. The Catholic religion ain't real. Christianity ain't real. None of that stuff is in the Bible. So God says, call my children to me so I can tell them what's going to happen to them in the future. Watch what he says about your forefather Ephraim. Give me Joseph.
Verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful bow.
So Ephraim was the son of Joseph. He said Joseph is a what?
Fruitful bow.
You know what that means, Noel? A fruit. One of the prophecies that will happen to the children of Ephraim or Puerto Ricans, it says that they are what?
Fruitful bow.
What do you think that means, a fruitful bow? Remember, the first commandment was to be what? Fruitful and multiply. So the prophecy that you will know who the children of Ephraim is, they will have a lot of children. Puerto Ricans have 6, 7, 8, 9 kids in the same house. Why? That was prophesied to happen. Tell me I'm lying. So how many brothers and sisters you got? 6. See, watch what it say again.
Joseph is a fruitful bow.
So the prophecy that you would know who the children of Ephraim is, they would be very fruitful, meaning it would be a lot of them.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.